everybody, it's Coda back here from Amazing ATS. We are back in Coast to Coast today. Right now we are sitting here at the Walmart in Little Rock. Our first load is going to be taking us over to Columbia, South Carolina. We've got a load of Budweiser on the wagon today. Hey Dylan, how's it going? And without any further waiting, guys, we do have the Freight Shaker Classic version 2.3 back out for today's live stream. We do have a Caterpillar underneath the hood, so without any further waiting, we're going to climb into the truck and get our butts on the road going over to Columbia. And sorry, I've got to adjust my chair here. The 5-star spoke kind of gets in my way, so I do apologize about moving around there a little bit. And Iron Man, thank you so much for that host. And I need to get myself down in the chair just a little bit more. We're just going to go ahead and do that there. There we go. That's much better. I am doing awesome like a possum. The week is halfway over and just not too much more to go. Yes, I know, I just cut that guy totally off. Kenworth, George, how's it going today, guys? Being typical, gotta get my streaming in for the day. You got a Caterpillar C15 underneath the hood today, 600 horsepower. Imagine they have dry vans for their general freight. We are going to Columbia, South Carolina, and it looks like I've already made a wrong turn. Go figure. Oh yeah, this is typical for me anymore. I'm not paying attention to GPS and boom. The problem with this truck is it does not have, the engines are included in the mod, so the jakes are not overly loud. Definitely a lot louder on the outside than it is on the inside. It's the utility 3000R trailer pack, and we've got a load of Budweiser on the wagon today. That's the first one I went for was the Detroit, and they sound just about exactly the same. What's it doing on you, Iron Man? I have no idea, George. You are asking the totally wrong person with that question. There's a couple of different versions of the Classic out, and I believe at one time I did have Oddfellows, and I am not sure where I had gotten this one from. To make you lose data, Iron Man, but have you tried to reinstall the operating system? Exactly the same truck, they're just updated versions of it. That's all that there is different. Yep, of course we do got straight pipes on the side of this. Nah, not when pulling dry vans. Are you getting lag, or what's going on exactly? they're both the exact same truck, George. The 389 has a little bit of a longer hood. It's personal preference. A truck driver is not all about a Jake brake. Whoops, we need to get off here. Oh, you mean a Microsoft update that you're crashing on? I selected the trailer. I have a couple of skin packs for the utility trailer mod. And the error code that you're getting, did you try to search that out to find out what may be causing it? I don't need to see the RPM gauge in order to shift a truck. I go by the sound of the engine. Straight pipes is not what makes a truck loud. It's the baffles and the muffler. If you do not have any baffles in a muffler, the exhaust is going to be louder, just like a car. And that sounds like a really weird issue, Iron Man. I'm sorry you're going through that. How's it going today? Welcome to the live stream. You tell me if I do or not. No, Iron Man, a quick question. Is that a laptop or a desktop that you're trying to game on? It's quite alright. I have been there. I know exactly how you feel. it's got nothing to do with the hardware, but it's the operating system that's causing it. Yep, one on each side of the door. Interesting that happened on your live stream. About the only thing that happens interesting on mine is me not following the GPS. Most of the time I'm paying attention to the chat over there, and I kind of miss turns. And one thing, guys, I did turn off the edit delay that was on the stream. Does it seem like your questions are coming through a little bit quicker than they were? Truck Boss, how's it going today? Welcome to the stream. Oh, this is not the FLD. This is the version 2.3 of the Freightliner Classic. That's because most of the guys who ran the Classics got the condo sleeper or the 72-incher like the one that I have out today. The FLD was more common for the flat tops. The Classic, even though you saw FLDs with that condo sleeper, that was definitely more popular on the Classic than on the FLD. they're basically the exact same truck, just the options are different. Basically, if you take a Freightliner Classic XL and a Freightliner FLD 120, put them next to each other, the main difference, especially if they're both on the condo sleeper, is a longer hood on the Classic and a longer wheelbase on the entire truck compared to the FLD. Well, there still are companies that use cab overs, especially when they're going into big cities. So you can say the Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex, Chicago, and just any really big city, Los Angeles. You still will see cab over trucks because of the turning radius on those is a lot shorter compared to a conventional. And most of the companies these days, Schneider, JB Hunt, Swift, they're getting away from long-nose tractors because they want their trucks to be more aerodynamic. No, the FLD 120 is not a long-nosed. Isaiah, how's it going today? Gotta blow the horn as we go by Talladega Super Speedway. Well, I do remember that Werner did run Classic XLs for their more experienced drivers. And welcome to Georgia, your home state, George. Yeah, that flu this year is extremely bad. I have not had the flu in probably over 10 years, and I do not want to get it. but sadly we are not going to be, we're going to be quite a bit a ways from Macon. Now, anyone who lives in the other 49 states are going to tend to disagree with you. Haha, welcome to Hotlanta. When my brother went back into trucking, he actually started back out at Werner, and yeah, needless to say, he got out of there as soon as he could after his contract was up. Welcome back, Iron Man. Just like any of the large carriers, George, what it's going to come down to is what you give back to the company. Now, if you tend to be lazy and you're constantly late for your deliveries, they are not going to be giving you loads. Now, if you go about your day and you get the loads there on time and show that you are trustworthy, and then you will be getting more loads. I mean, my brother's been with Martin for 7 years, and literally he can run 2,500 to 3,000 miles in a week with ease, where some people, because of just how generally lazy they are, barely get 1,000. Mostly what I drove when I was driving was a Freightliner FLD 120, and it was a flat top. I wasn't lucky enough to have a condo sleeper. At that time, I was hauling skateboards, so the company really didn't have a need for condo sleepers. And the worst part about that is I am 6'2", so trying to go through and climb into the sleeper, I am hunched over backwards and everything else going through, and to get into the sleeper, it was a royal pain in the butt. I just had the good old regular Freightliner air horn. I was mostly in a Volvo when I was hauling for Walmart. Iron Man, you take care and you be safe. No, it was not exceptionally loud. I have not sat in a Volvo since I got out of one, so I have no idea how realistic that Aridas VNL 670 really is. Yes, I did. As a matter of fact, when I went through tractor trailer school, that's all they had were cab overs. If I could find a bull hauler trailer, then yes, I definitely would. Just a reminder for you guys on YouTube, if you are enjoying today's live stream, make sure that you do give the video a thumbs up to let me know. That is from the song Convoy. You had a Kenworth pulling logs, a cab over Pete with a reefer on, and a Jimmy pulling, I even forgot the lyrics. Yeah, but anyways, when he refers to a Jimmy, and that is actually a GMC, which is no longer made. Oh, that was a Jimmy pulling hogs is what that one was. But yeah, that's from the song Convoy. Hey Reed, how's it going today? type of truck back when the song Convoy was made. Oh yes, we came to Columbia today. Taking a load of good old Budweiser right here to the Walgreens. Alright, let's see what we got here in Columbia and where we can go. Should we go back to Alabama? No, because that's going the same way. Mobile takes us back down there. Let's go to Orlando. Let's take some groceries from FedEx to Walmart. Well, they still make engines, just nothing for tractor trailers. Alright, we're going to have to get ourselves a good food company here too. Should we go ahead and leave it on Mains, since that's a paper and food service? Let's see what else that we got here. Prime, Packers, Nestle, Martin, Clem. Now, if I was hauling meat, of course, we're going to go ahead and do Boar's Head. Actually, let's go ahead. We've got groceries on. Let's just say it is a load of Boarhead provisions. Take a look on the outside here. That's going to be my walk around. Good enough. on what state you live in, people will tend to disagree. Not that I have seen, although it could be possible. Well, actually it does. That rider there, even though it's a dry van, that is one of the skins that you are able to use. So I do believe it does throw trailers into the AI traffic. Paviano or anything like that to where I've got 500,000 subscribers in order to make a living doing this. So yeah, that's not gonna happen. Strips work. train horns are probably located right behind the sleeper, and they're bolted onto the frame. And as where the air horn is on a new Cascadia, I have the slightest clue. You see there, right behind the sleeper where the steps are, on either the passenger or on the driver's side is where you would find those bolted onto the frame. And got a truck honking at me because I'm getting fuel. Like, really? Regular, that would be the train horn that's going to be mounted to the frame. guess I had an exhausting day at work. And I have not eaten dinner yet, and that's something that I do need to get done here very soon. Reefers do have more lights and chrome compared to either a box trailer or a curtain side. Hey Curtly, how's it going today? Great to see you. It snowed here most of the day. If you like her, maybe you should. Well, there you go. You got to start. that's because we just got hit with the 4th nor'easter in 2.5 weeks. Mother Nature is saying that no, you guys are not getting sprayed. Several. I was more of an outcast in high school, so I really didn't have a whole lot of friends, so it's usually not a time that I like to think about. Next thing you know, currently, when it's going to be 85, 90 degrees outside, we're going to be saying, oh, I wish it was cooler. When's it going to start snowing again? Wait, hold on. No one ever says, when is it going to start snowing? Late spring into early summer to where it's not overly hot but not too cold either, and then from late summer into fall when it starts cooling down. Not your fault, George, don't worry about it. find a place to where it's right around 70 degrees all year. Well, we'll go 70 to 80 all year long. I don't care about the nighttime temperatures. I love to sleep when it's cooler outside, so if that's down in the 50s or whatnot, that works for me. But definitely anything 70 to 80 all year long would be perfect for me to live in. Hey, Jamaican truckers, how's it going today? Brave Dave, how's it going? Long time no see. Typical Wednesday being awesome like a possum. Let's see, where can we go? Alright, let's take a trip up to Atlanta. Empty pallets from Best Buy. That is a curtain side, but we are going to change that trailer once we get over there. And, of course, in typical Florida fashion, it is pouring outside. never been there. I don't do very good with hot and humid weather. Alright, let's take a look and see what we got for trailers. We're not going to pull a reefer this time, that's for sure. And we're not going to pull for Celadon. Can't remember Bleep today. Nope. Did Landstar yesterday. National Freighters Incorporated. We could pull NFI. Nah, we're gonna do rail. That works for me. No, I don't love cold and snow, but it's pretty much where I've been. Grew up my entire life. I grew up around the Buffalo area, and now I'm about 3.5 hours south. Matter of fact, I have driven a truck in the snow. It is not an easy task. And just like any truck driver will tell you, they do not want to be light during the winter. They'd rather be as heavy as they can get. so much more contact with the ground as it is. It's easier to drive when you're fully loaded compared to having, say, like a 10,000 pound load on the wagon. If the weather is like it is outside right now, well, here in the game, nice and sunny and dry, I wouldn't mind pulling a lighter load, but in the wintertime, I'd rather be as heavy as I can get. Currently these trucks are geared and, well, they're made to haul a bunch of weight. I mean, when I drove, if I got a load that was, say, 25 to 35,000 pounds, the truck I was driving would not pull worth a damn. So if I put 42,000 on the trailer, like I had most of the time when I was loaded, that truck would pull like nothing. I mean, it would have absolutely no problems going up a grade. We get into that 20 to 35,000 range, and I would be having to downshift 2-3 gears going up a grade. And even in the game itself, if you get a middleweight load, I mean, you've got the plows at 6,000 pounds, no big deal. But if you get a load anywhere from, say, 20,000 to a little north of 30, the truck really doesn't pull all that well. Time when I was hauling skateboards, that was a 48 foot with a spread axle on the trailer. So I mean, I could not control the front axle on that. So when it was a spread axle, it literally was just a solid spread axle, and that, I believe, is where a lot of the problems came in at. no such thing as side skirts and trailer tails when I drove. No, that had nothing to do with the transmission. The truck just, when you got into a certain weight range, and it just would not pull. I mean, now if I had a light load under 10,000, no issues at all. I got above 35 into the 36 and up range, I had no problems pulling. It was just in that 20 to 35,000 pound to where I could not pull a grade if my life depended on me. If I was going to buy a truck in the real world, I'm going to have to say the truck was just recently released, Mac Anthem. They're not just at state borders, they are located throughout the state, and it does depend on the road, but for state borders, the reason for that is they want to make sure that the truck is going to be safe before it gets too far into the state itself. So that's why you're seeing most of the weigh stations, I would say within 20 miles of a border. It is the perfect mix of old school and new school technology. Hey, LeVar, how's it going today? And just a reminder, guys, if you are watching on YouTube and you are enjoying today's live stream, make sure you give the stream a thumbs up to let me know. Definitely do a Google search on it, Curtly. I think you might like exactly how it looks. very common truck that you will still see on the road today. Are you crashing out, LeVar? Roger that. What do you mean, George? Outdated trucks definitely will, yes. Not that big of a drinker, to be honest with you. And I've got tons of better things to waste my money on besides beer. Not all of them, no. yes, but a good majority of them, since I would say since 1.28 came out, that is when they started becoming hit or miss. The truck's T680 was a show truck, actually, and that is pretty much true to life on that mod. That is pretty much built for version 1.30. That would not be crashing your game. Thank you for the compliment there, Curly. I do appreciate it. In the real world, it is a show truck, so it would not be pulling loads. Now, for ATS, of course, you can pull loads with it. There is a mod out there to where you can get doubles, triples, and also the heavy cargo DLC. The trailer has been changed to match the color of the truck. As long as Iron Man, for example, one of my moderators, has over 300 mods, and he does not crash out. Lately, his computer is giving him fits, but as long as the mods work with each other, you can literally have as many as you want. Most of the time, I am running 20 to 30 mods on my streams. Ethernet would not cause your game to go back to desktop either. What you need to do is take a look into your game log file and find out what is causing the crash. documents folder, American Truck Simulator, in your documents. Yeah, I didn't mean to repeat myself there. Might be asking yourself, if I'm parking in front of the building, why am I going around? Well, that is extremely simple. If I turn left and went to the parking spot, I would have to do a blindside back into it, and you do not want to blindside these unless you absolutely have to. You always want to do a C-side, which is like here, you can lean out the driver window and take a look behind you. On how to get into this parking spot. There we go, after a couple of tries we got it back in there. It should be game.log.txt file, and you can open that up with Notepad. Alright guys, I am going to get on out of here and get myself some dinner. I do want to thank you for watching today's live stream. We did feature the Freightliner Classic XL along with Coast to Coast. My name is Coda. We will see you on the next stream. Have a great one. Yeah, there we go. Have a great Wednesday night. We'll see you on the flippity flop.